Beginning in chapter 5, James has some words for the rich. Look here, you rich people. Weep and groan with anguish because of all of the terrible troubles ahead of you. Your wealth is rotting away. Your fine clothes are moth-eaten rags. Your gold and silver have become worthless. The very wealth you were counting on will eat away your flesh like fire. This treasure you've accumulated will stand as evidence against you on the day of judgment. I wonder what he really thinks. So James starts out in a very poetic and a very prophetic way, talking about the horrible things that will happen to the rich. Kind of raises the question, who's he talking about here? Who are the rich? You know, I've dealt with people throughout my life, and I've come away with a certain sense that nobody believes they're rich. Everybody believes someone else is rich. The reality is, those of us who are living here in America, we're very rich. We, by world standards, are rich. We can always find someone richer than we are, but we're in that upper crust. We're in that top echelon of wage earners in the world. So the question becomes, is it wrong to be rich? James, after he talks about what will happen to the rich, he goes on starting in verse 4, and he kind of explains what it is that he's talking about. It's not so much how much money you have, it's how you got it and how you maintain it. For listen, hear the cries of the field workers whom you have cheated of their pay. The wages you held back cry out against you. The cries of those who harvest your fields have reached the ears of the Lord of heaven's armies. You've spent your years on earth in luxury, satisfying your every desire. You've fattened yourself for the day of slaughter. You've condemned and killed innocent people who do not resist you. Paul says three things about the people that he's condemning here. First of all, they have cheated people out of their pay. You see, it's not so much the amount of money you have, it's how you got it. Did you get it by damaging other people, by hurting other people? The second thing that he says is, you live for yourself. You've spent years in luxury, satisfying your every desire. What do you do with the money that God has given you? God calls us to generosity. How do you express that generosity? New Hope as a church is very generous. I thank God for that. How about you personally? How do you express generosity? Who do you help? The third thing that James says is you have condemned and killed the innocent. In other words, you have used law for your own desires, and it has hurt others. Innocent. You see, it's not so much the amount of money that you have that James is condemning. It's how you got it, what you're doing with it, how you keep it. It's a good time at the beginning of the year to take a good long look at our own finances. How do we get it? How do we keep it? What do we do with it?